I got some new goodies from Ulta. I had to return a blush and a foundation stick that I did not like. And of course, I ended up exchanging them. I would never walk out of an Ulta empty-handed, honestly. So I'm also filming on a completely new setup here. I got an early birthday gift from my husband, and I have been having audio troubles. This is probably the 20th time that I am filming this haul because I'm trying to talk like normal and see how the audio is. I feel like I've gotten the angle okay. I have the lighting okay. You guys let me know about that, about the picture. I think that that's all figured out, but the audio is what I'm having the most problems with. I have fussed around with this iPad. I have gone into the settings. I have Googled so many things. I've looked on Reddit. I have asked on TikTok. Hopefully I have it all figured out. Let's hope. First, I really wanted to get a new shade of this. This is the Ulta Beauty Collection Sculpt and Glow Baked Face Palette. So I have the middle out of 3. I have the middle shade. I got it in the summer. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this product, but that shade is definitely too dark for me right now. It is still definitely winter weather here in Wyoming. I am super duper pale, and I kept trying to reach for it, but it was just way too dark of colors, and it just wasn't looking flattering no matter how hard I tried to blend it out. It was just looking a little bit too shocking on my pale skin. So I got the lightest shade in the shade Santorini Sun. This is a bronzer, blush, and highlight. Now, I think this was like $12 or $15. This highlight alone, I feel like people would buy a single pan of for $15, but you get 3 products in one, and they're all so freaking good. The blush and the bronzer always read to me more like a natural satin finish, and then this highlight is so freaking good. I love this. I feel like this particular product and the Ulta Beauty collection in general is like a totally hidden gem. I never see anybody talk about it, and it's so good. It's cruelty free. The stuff is high quality, fair prices. I love their stuff. Then I went ahead and got my third and final shade. I swear this is my third and final shade of the new Morphe Cheek Thrills. I am obsessed with this formula, so I couldn't help myself. I got the shade Blind Date, and now I feel like I have the perfect shades that are perfect for me anyway, for the things that I like to use them for from this collection. So I think this will be my final guy. So then I was kind of poking around the Morphe section. Morphe has been doing something lately where just in the last 6 to 8 months, I feel like I have fallen in love with the Morphe stuff. I don't really know what they have changed, if it's just like the certain colors of things, certain marketing, certain products like this, like an innovative product. They keep coming out with all of these really cool things. I feel like, you know, that 2016 makeup, we were all getting every single Morphe palette, and brands in general were releasing eyeshadow palettes like every single week, and we all wanted every single one of them, and soon enough you're inundated with too much stuff, right? I feel like Morphe has slowed things down and been coming out with really, really cool, innovative stuff, and it has reignited my Morphe love, that is for sure. So I was kind of poking around the Morphe area in general, and I came across the Wake Up Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer. And this I haven't seen anybody talk about, but it had really good reviews on Ulta, so I was curious to try it. And I also saw this, which is something I haven't heard anybody talk about. This is the Morphe Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil. This had 4 shades. I got the second one in Sunrise, and this is kind of like a glowy satin finishing powder. So I love to do that. I love to do a nice overall glow on the skin. It just helps blend everything together, just like a veil. It's almost like a flawless filter or something, but in real life, and I'm so excited to try Morphe's version of that. This looks so gorgeous, and just look how cute it looks in the packaging too. Love that. Now let's start putting on some makeup. So I don't have too many base products like primer, foundation, color corrector, things like that I always use from Morphe. So I'm just going to do my normal base like I always would. But don't worry, I will list all of the products that I use down below no matter what. And I am first going to go in with like 1.5 dots of the concealer under my eyes and just kind of let them sit while I put on some bronzer. Like I always do, it just lets it have some time to dry down a little bit, and so it can be as full coverage as possible. I have 2 bronzers from Morphe that I really, really love, a liquid bronzer and then a kind of cream stick bronzer. I feel like I have used the liquid bronzer in a lot of videos recently, so I reached for the cream stick instead, but they are both
very, very good. I feel like I use them equally. I just like to switch it up for my videos for you guys to make sure I am using different stuff so it's not too boring. But that is kind of one of my favorite things, like I said earlier about Morphe recently, is that they have been coming out with some awesome, innovative products. I also have the stick formula and the liquid formula in the blush, but of course we're going to be using the cheek thrills today, but that is kind of my favorite thing. Like, if you have a certain skin type or skin tone, you have so many options to choose from at Morphe because they have the liquid if you prefer that. They have a cream in a pan if you prefer that. They have a stick if you prefer that. And they all have different shade ranges, different textures, everything. So kind of no matter what you have going on, you will be able to find something that you really like. So of course now after blending in that bronzer, I'm going to go in with the cream base of the Cheek Thrills. This is the shade Blind Date, and I am just loving this color. It's like the perfect peachy pink for me. And then I'm going to use this awesome little sponge thing from Morphe. This is also pretty new, but I have been loving it to blend out the concealer, and that concealer is just looking absolutely gorgeous. Then, of course, I'm going to set my cream steps before I do powders. I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I love to layer my setting sprays. The only time that I don't like to use this Morphe setting spray is when I'm doing my primer. I feel like it just gives it too much slip, but after my cream steps and my powder steps, I love the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I am setting and baking the under eye with the pink brightening Morphe translucent powder. You guys know I think I've been using that for years at this point, and I'm absolutely loving it still. So no shock there. And now I'm using the Crowd Pleaser eyeshadow palette again. This one's slightly more recent than some of my other Morphe palettes. I love them all equally. I feel like I reach for them equally. I just have different sizes, different shades, but I think I have made a video with every single Morphe palette that I have. I have 6 or 7, I think. So I will link those down below. I just love them. I have some 6 pan palettes. I have a couple of 9 pans and a couple of the 18 pan palettes. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So now after I am done with the top of the eyes, I'm going to go in with a powder blush from that Morphe Cheek Thrills trio. And like I always do, I put the blush where I like it, and then I use that same brush to dust off my bake. I just feel like it gives a nice transition from under eye to the blush. And then I'm just going to finish off the eyes and everything, and then test out this new mineral veil. And oh
God.
my gosh, not only does it look gorgeous in the pan, it looks absolutely stunning on the skin. I just use a very loose, light hand with a very fluffy stippling brush and just kind of stippled this all over the face.
Can't tell if the lighting is like really bad or not. Oh my goodness. Did I really just do that?
As you can probably tell from my reaction and what I was saying earlier, I have been having so many problems with my new setup, with the audio, with the visual, with the lighting. I do think that the lighting looked good for the most part, which is why I'm still uploading this video. I honestly think when I put on that mineral veil, it was just making the light catch my skin so much more that it was throwing off the lighting. It is a super, super glowy look. I mean, look at that forehead. It is very glowy. And then I'm adding more glowy right now because I'm using that shimmering balm from the Morphe Cheek Thrills on top of the powders to punch up the glow even more. It also does punch up the color, so I feel like my blush does look a little bit strong. I'm still kind of messing around with these to make sure that I don't go overboard with the color, but we're still working on it. So like I said, I still kind of like how it looks. I love the color and look at that glow. This, using the Cloud Light powder and these Morphe Cheek Thrills, you are going to be ending up with an extremely glowy face. I really like that, but I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm just warning you ahead of time. If it's not, you probably won't like it, but it is totally my cup of tea. So I'm just going to finish off with some setting spray, the Morphe setting spray, and my lips. This turned out to be a very pinky look. I was not shooting for this pink, but it just kind of turned out this way, and I'm kind of loving it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you think about the lighting, about the audio, all the things. Like I said, I'm still kind of working things out over here, but I want to make the best videos possible for you guys. So let me know, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Thanks for watching.